Hey, how's it going? Well, anyways, we're here at Quartzsite, Arizona. The Rubber Tramp Rendezvous show is happening over there where you can see those lights maybe in the distance. It's a baseball diamond and they got it all set up here. Dog park's here, which is Wanagi's favorite place to be. And then I thought, because there were so many blank spaces in the programming for the RTR, I didn't do it officially through them because that's their show over there, but they have a break between 12 and 1 in the afternoon. So I thought because I'm a fly fisherman and I guide and I love teaching people and introducing them to the sport, or I guess you'd call it a sport. Yeah. I mean, there's an Olympic event. I think casting, they do world-class casting events and stuff all over the world. But I thought I'd do a fly fishing 101, go over equipment, go over flies, why we use certain flies different places, a little bit on saltwater, my experience, a little bit on the freshwater side, a lot more trout fishing in my experience, and then go over all the gear and things and just the basics to get started, how to pick a rod, how to pick a reel, and all that sort of stuff. I got a whole layout. I obviously a pair of waders. I brought a pair of waders. These are Gore-Tex. They're my guide waders. And then I got a couple different kinds of wading shoes. I've got these corkers, which are, if you can see them, it's kind of, I should have done this in the sun, but anyways, these corkers are nice because see the bottom, it's like a tread. Well, then you can also put this felt in. So you have detachable soles on these shoes. And then these here are a pair of wading shoes also, but they're flats booties. So out on the sand and the reefs and things like that in the salt water, and they'll protect you from getting a stingray putting a barb through your foot, which is nice. And then they're pretty tough. They got a nice rubber sole, and they're comfortable to walk in once they break in, but they're great for just wearing a pair of shorts. And these in the salt water, warm salt water, they're made for usually tropicals where you're going to wear these, but they do protect you from coral and all that sort of stuff. And then these are my other wading boots, and these can be used same as these ones here, but these ones you see, there's these, I think you hear me go in the sun. I think you can see, the metal studs here, and then the black is the felt. So the felt is great, normally what you use. And then these are Sims. These are a nice pair of wading shoes, but these studs that I have in there is what those are for, is when I'm steelhead fishing. A lot of those rivers, especially in the fall, can be, and in the spring, is a lot of fast water, and then the rocks get really slick. And the metal and the combination of the felt and the metal help you really grip those rocks so you don't slip so much. And then I have here is a chest pack. This is normally what I wear to guide. It's like this. It even has this little zip thing. It's kind of a leash for the net here. I got a nice net. But I can have my tippet here. It's got room for fly boxes on the inside of this, some other pockets on the sides. It's got these little zipper for hemostats, and then I even have my little line clipper. It's like a fingernail clipper, essentially, kind of like that, to cut the line and clip, clean it up. And then this is for saltwater. This is a lip grabber. You see that? Because saltwater fish have big teeth and you don't want to put your fingers anywhere near there. Here's an extra pair of hemostats I thought I'd bring. This is also a way to carry tippet. Oh, they have it with a little clip here. You can clip it onto your vest or your gear or backpack or whatever, and you have all different size tippets from 6X all the way to 0X. And then some dry fly, it's like a silicone usually, something like that you put on your dry flies, keep the water off of it. And then I have a bunch of flies I brought out as my hopper box. So this is a lot of cicadas, different kind of, basically they're bigger flies, foam, usually looking like grasshoppers, cicadas, pink Albert kind of flies, golden stone flies, different things like that. You can see even some spiders here. There's all different types of flies. These are kind of a green caterpillar slash grasshopper. Then we got our nymph box, and all these are subsurface. Some of them have bead heads, so they're weighted, so it goes down to the bottom. And then there's a bunch of other little woolly buggers and nymphs, basically, even stonefly nymphs, and these rubber zonker things, some leech patterns and things like that. And then here's a mayfly box of dry flies. So there's PMDs in here, there's Betis flies in here, there's all different, just a variety of mayflies. These two here are saltwater. I've tied a lot of these. These are imitation for bait fish, and these are great for fishing. And then here we got crab patterns in here. We got shimmer glimmers. That's what, all different types, little like sand crab kind of things. Also, this here is also saltwater. You can see it's just a bunch of different streamer patterns. They look like perch and minnows and things like that. And then here, believe it or not, here's a mouse. Look at that, a mouse fly for fishing big brown trout and things like that. A lot of people do that. This is one of the ties I've done for a mouse fly. It's got that little tail. There's actually, here's a frog pattern. This one here, one is a frog pattern, and then that bottom one there is kind of like a crawdad or something like that. Here's another frog pattern. Look at that, little tadpole kind of frog looking. And then this is actually stone flies. And these are great, and they're usually in the springtime, and they're a huge bug, or a salmon fly. And then the yellow ones are kind of those yellow golden stones, and then these green ones in the corner are cicadas, wide variety. And then again, here is a streamer box full of saltwater flies. So you have these poppers. You can catch marlin with those. Here's a good looking popper. Let's get one of the big ones out. And that rubber or foam floats on the surface, and then you got some feathers behind it, big hook, but this makes jutting, splashing in the water and attracts the fish to it. And then big minnow patterns, look at those. Those are a couple inches long. Look at, pretty amazing. Great for mahi and sailfish and the like. But yeah, that's kind of it. I brought some reels out. I've got this reel here. This is actually for marlin. Excuse my camera. This is a reel for marlin, catching marlin, and even mako sharks. And then, you know, a reel like this one here, this would be for like probably larger trout fishing, or really smaller steelhead fishing in the rivers. Small salmon too, you could probably handle with that, depending on the river. You wouldn't want to be in fast current. And then I brought two rods. I bought a spey rod, which is 13 foot. And then this is a basic 5-weight fly rod. You have your reel on there, and then your blue is the fly line, and then the rod, and the rod's about 9 foot. Whereas in this spey rod here, this one is 13 feet long. That's for steelhead and salmon fishing in large rivers. And it's a two-handed rod. You can see the cork on there, and it's a little different cast than your normal fly rod false casting. But yeah, so anyways, that's what I was doing today. I showed up to do this, and you know, I put a thing on the bulletin board over there, and then I tried to put it on the Quartzsite Chatter. There's like a Facebook group thing that a lot of people belong to, and I don't know, no one showed up, it seems like. So hey, people weren't interested, that's okay. I showed up. People could have got a great little intro course, but maybe just it's hard to get the word out too. People are busy doing other things, I understand. So oh well, that's their loss. Anyways, but we showed up, we did what we said we were going to do, and that's the most important thing for my part. And we'll hang out here another few minutes. Maybe someone will show up, and if they don't, they don't. All right, cool. Peace out. Going, sun's starting to set. Once it goes down over those mountains over there, it's gonna get cold. We are in the desert, so during the day it's nice, but at nighttime, woo, it gets chilly. And we're headed to a Drumcircle. Some people put on their camp. They have a camp, kind of a spiritual camp, I guess you'd say. And so they do a Drumcircle every Friday night. Pretty cool. So we thought we'd go check it out. We got our elk drum with us. We got Wanagi with us. And we're just cruising on the electric bike back here to La Posa South in Quartzsite, Arizona. But beautiful evening. And yeah, just charging it. Got Wanagi in the back. I don't know if you can even see her. I can't get my head turned around that far. But here, we'll show you. One sec. There you go. That part. Right down there in a little part. How cool is that? But yeah, anyways, all right, we'll turn it on later when we get to the camp. Shouldn't be too much farther. How's it going? So you can see behind me, we got the drum circle here. I'm gonna just film a little bit, but I'll film maybe during the drum circle. I'll come out though, because I want to protect people's anonymity and their privacy, and especially since it's supposed to be kind of a spiritual event thing, you don't want to interfere too much and be a crazy YouTuber. So we're just kind of show though is tons of drums, people. They got all sorts of drums, should be didgeridoos, and we got our drum right here too. See that? And then Monagi's just sleeping here, so should be a good night. They're gonna have a fire going on. Should be people getting into the rhythm, dancing and playing drums. So it'll be a good night. And then you can see, look, the mountains behind us, way back there, way up there. Be a beautiful night, clear sky in Quartzsite, Arizona. Right on. Peace out. The drum circle. We almost got lost, but thank God for GPS on the phone. See that? We got it tagged out, so just got about 5 or 6 minute bike ride. It is cold as hell, let me tell you. Holy hell, that sun goes down in the desert in the winter, and it is cold. It's probably in the 30s right now, probably high 30s, but it is chilly. I'm lucky I wore my down vest. I got a knit hat on, and I'm still cold. So anyways, hopefully we'll get back to camp. They actually might have a campfire going if they still are doing it. So we might have a s'more before we go to bed, and then we'll hit the hay. All right, a good day, but yeah, if we get to the campfire, I'll turn it back on. All right, have a good night.